Hey, what's up? Adam Lobo here from Adam Lobo TV. So the Oppo Reno series has known to be the best at their camera capabilities, and while there are other great reasons for you to also check out the phone, like the screen, the build quality, and of course their super stable ColorOS software, I personally wanted to dive in deeper into the camera performance, especially for the AI features, so keep watching. First, let's start with the unboxing. It comes with a turquoise colored box with a huge number 6 on top and Oppo Reno 6 Pro 5G down below. Then at the back, there's the RAM and the storage specs and the color variant of your choice. Opening the cover, you'll find another black box which has the SIM ejector pin, the manuals, and of course the clear phone case. Then you'll find the phone itself. Underneath there's the USB-A to USB-C cable and the 65-watt SuperVOOC 2.0 charging brick. Next, let's start with the camera specs. So the variant that I have is the Snapdragon 870 variant, where it comes with a 50 megapixel f1.8 aperture main lens, a 30 megapixel f2.4 telephoto lens, a 16 megapixel f2.2 ultra wide lens, and a dedicated 2 megapixel macro camera. Then as for the front camera, it has a 32 megapixel f2.4 aperture lens. And also worth mentioning is that as of the recording of this video, the software is at version 11.3 using the ColorOS skin. Now, starting from the high megapixel mode, what's interesting is that Oppo has two modes for this. Firstly, there is the 50 megapixel mode and the other is called the Extra HD mode, which goes all the way to 108 megapixels using the software algorithm and image stitching, where as expected, the images over here were super high in quality, both the 108 megapixel and also the 50 megapixel when it comes to the overall details that you can see and crop accordingly. As for the main lenses, the images turned out very nice, and I kept the AI mode on all the way, where it made the overall images look great with nice dynamic and color balance. Since there is a dedicated telephoto lens, so the 2x zoom images was also high in quality, and if there's enough light, the 5x and the 10x zoom images within the camera app also look pretty nice. As for the ultra-wide camera, the images also look really good, with consistent colors with no color shift when switching between the main lens to the ultra-wide angle lens with amazing ultra-wide focal length. And this is surely one of my favorite ultra-wide angle lenses on a smartphone. Now, as for the macro mode, the focusing was not as easy as some other macro modes that I've tested, but when you do get the right focus, it did produce some great close-up images. Then going into the rear portrait mode, where Oppo calls this their signature bokeh flare portrait. And while there is a regular portrait mode, but their bokeh flare portrait mode produces some very unique rounded bokeh at the back of the images, and the subject to background blur was very flawless indeed. Now, as for the selfie shots, with great soft lighting, the images turned out really great. But during some harsh light, it may not turn out as great, so keep in mind of the lighting conditions before taking a selfie. And the same could be said for the front portrait selfie, and the bokeh flare portrait is also present over here as well, with really good subject to background blur. Then as for the night mode photos, I have to say that I really love and appreciate the night modes that Oppo has done, where the skies are maintained in a black color compared to some smartphones which tend to make the skies look a bit more bluish, and the highlights were nicely pronounced with barely any noise in the images, even up to 2x zoom. But keep in mind, there will be some amount of noise if you zoom in digitally up to 5x or 10x as well, so keep that in mind. Then as for the night mode, for the ultra-wide lens, it turned out a bit darker than the main lens due to the smaller sensor and of course the higher aperture value, but still the overall images look nice, keeping the noise levels unseen. Then as for ultra low light scenes, once again the ultra-wide lens did not perform as well as the main lens, so I would just recommend sticking to the main lens during this type of situations. And if you're taking selfies at night, here's where the results were not so appealing to me, as the screen automatically brightens up, forcing some light into the face thus creating a harsh light on the face, which I wish there was an option to turn that off, as it doesn't turn on during the regular portrait selfie, which kinda turned out quite good. Alright, next let's look at the video recording capabilities, where the rear camera can record up to 4K 60 frames per second and the front camera records up to 1080p 30 frames per second. Now the 4K rear camera footage during the day was great, but I would personally turn off the AI mode over here, as the footage can be just a bit saturated, but yes, this does go down to a personal preference. The stabilization at 4K was decent, but if you turn on the ultra steady mode, it will switch to 1080p 60 frames per second instead to get those smooth stabilized shots. Now, if you're taking videos at night, I would totally turn on Oppo's AI highlight video, as the video footage at night look really good and one of the best compared to other night mode videos that I've tried on any smartphones within this range. Then as for the front video footage, it also looked great, but I would recommend just turning on the ultra steady mode for the front video camera, as if you turn it on or off, it still maintains at 1080p anyway. Alright, finishing things up, let's take a look at some of the special modes under the Mode tab within the camera app, which I personally like since this is more of a dedicated camera review. First, there is the dual video mode, where in this mode, you'll get to record the front and the rear video at the same time at 1080p. Now this is also something available for other smartphone cameras, but not every smartphone, where it gives you the option between several layouts for you to choose from. But personally for me, I wish that the image stabilization was better over here. Then there's also the slow-mo or the slow motion mode, which can record up to 1080p at 120 frames per second. Then the movie mode is more like a pro mode on video, which you can adjust the ISO, white balance and other pro level settings. Then it is the same for expert mode for photo taking situations. Then there is pano mode, which is for taking panoramic shots. And there's also the sticker modes, which I would absolutely never use it, but I'm sure there are some of you who might just love this mode to put on some cute little stickers on whoever you're taking a photo of. Then finally, there is Oppo's SoLook templates, where there are a bunch of templates that you can choose over here to give you that sort of a TikTok effect, and here are two that I have randomly tried. Alright guys, there you have it, my in-depth camera review of the Oppo Reno 6 Pro, and I have to say that the overall image processing was really great, and the AI mode again was one of the best traits of the Reno series up till today. Then as for the phone's price here in Malaysia, the Oppo Reno 6 Pro 5G is starting at 2,999 ringgit for the 12GB of RAM with 256GB of storage, and I'll leave links down below for you to get yourself one. So with this, do let me know what you think of the Oppo Reno 6 Pro and would you get it? Do let me know at the comment section below, and also let me know which one of these unique AI modes that you like as well. Aside from that, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. My name is Adam Lobo and I'll see you in my next video.